Hello everybody, this is Abundant, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a simple avatar in Photoshop. Nothing with, animation or anything, because animation is kind of like a big step, and you want to start off simple before you move into the advanced stages of Photoshop. So, before we kick this off, I'm doing this, I'd say, like, I really don't know what you would call it. Maybe you guys can help me. I'm basically doing a, say like an event, basically. Sounds weird. But, I'm making wallpapers for a couple of my subscribers. Just to get the word out there. And what this is the first 3 people that can basically spread the word about me, I will give them wallpapers of their choice. I will create them, I'll have them add me on my Skype, and we will go into screen share and voice chat, and I will let them tell me exactly what they want on their wallpaper. And it can be like this, it could be like my Nero one, it can be anything that you're choosing, as long as you are, willing to add me on Skype and let me help you, or you help me create this, so we can so both of us can get it to your liking. So how about we start this video off? So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open Photoshop, of course. I know what you guys are thinking. Is that what we're making today? No, that is not. That is a signature. That's not an avatar. So first thing you're going to want to do, here, 1 second, I have another PSD I want to close out, just in case. Close that out. Okay, so you're going to want to go to File, New, of course. And if you hear music in the background, I'm sorry. I can't do Photoshop or anything without music. It gets too quiet. It's dull, so I have to turn something on. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up a new file or canvas, and you can change the name of this to anything. What it does is it allows it to save already. So when you go to save it, you don't need to type a name in. You can just save it as a PSD or a PNG or a JPEG or a GIF or whatever, and it will automatically save as that. So I'm going to name this tutorial avatar, or an avatar tutorial, okay, or avatar type. And most forms, I'm not sure, the size is 100 by 100 or 90 by 90, or if you're lucky, 80 by 80, which really sucks. So I'm going to go by 100 by 100. I'm going to try and speed through this tutorial, get this done in under 15 minutes. If I go over, I apologize. The quality may not be good. But we're gonna try and make that quality. We're gonna try and make it like 780p, 720 or 1080p. So you're gonna want 100 width, 100 height. Your resolution, you're always gonna want it 72. Color mode, red, green, blue color, 8-bit, and then your background contents can be white or transparent, or if you have a specific background color, you can use that. Color profile and your pixel aspect ratio, I would leave that alone. I don't mess with it. I suggest you don't mess with it either. So I'm gonna go with white, and it's gonna open up this. Now, I see a lot of people when they make backgrounds, when they make avatars, they do this. They right-click on the background and they go layer from background, and then they do that. I wouldn't. I'd keep it locked. It's a background, especially if you're using a white background content. It's just easier in case. You'll see further into this video. So I'm gonna actually change the color from white to like a dark gray, maybe black, because you're just gonna do that. There is no explanation on why we're doing it. We're just gonna do it. So you're gonna open up Control O, or press Control O, and then if you have something like this, like where all your files are, if you don't, it's fine. Just, go to wherever your files are for Photoshop, and you can use a render if you want, but I find renders harder to use in the smaller canvas due to the fact that, you have to add a background and more effects, which makes it bigger than what it is. So if you just use a stock, it comes a lot easier. So you always want to look for something cool. I say we'll use this one. Yeah, we'll use this one. This one looks pretty cool. It's nice. So what you're going to want to do is once you have your stock or your render or whatever you have open, whatever you choose to use, you're going to want to hit Control A. What it's going to do is it's going to put this dotted line, I don't know if you guys can see it, right here, right around the canvas area, the background. You're going to hit that. Make sure you, after you do Control A, hit Control C, then go to your avatar type or wherever your avatar project canvas thing is open, and press Control V, and it's going to paste it in there. Now make sure you have the navigation tool clicked on, and make sure you have show transform controls. Don't do just shift, because it's going to take you forever to resize a bigger image. So hold hold shift and alt at the same time, grab the upper point and slowly pull, and then just, you know, and place it until you find something. Keep it going until you find a nice size for it. So we'll do that. Looks decent. I'm not going to go into professionalism right here and try and make it pro. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is once you have your image in there, all you do is put your text. I'm kidding. We're going to add a little bit more depth, color. We're going to make it pop. So when people look at your avatar, they're going to say, who made that? And you'll have that ability to say, I made that. So you're going to want to create a new layer, and then hit Shift, Control, Alt, E. It'll apply the image. Once again, Shift, Control, Alt, and then E, and it'll apply the image. Then you're going to want to take this tool right here. If you click on it, it's right under the smudge tool. You're going to want to click on it, and if you have the burn tool select, that's the one we're going to want to use. If you don't, if you just right click that tool, it will say dodge tool, burn tool, select the burn tool. I use either a 50 or a 35, but since this is a smaller image, we'll use a 35 pixel. And on midtones and exposure 50, and you just want to rush it over the areas where you think the dark would be, like where darkness would be. And don't go too heavy, because it will start to look really bad. Like really bad, it'll look like you burned your picture. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click again on that same tool and click dodge tool. And then basically do the opposite of the burn tool. You want to light up the areas where you think light would be. So as you can see, doesn't really look like there's a really big difference between, actually, yeah, there's a really big difference between them now. Okay. So we're going to want to click on our adjustment tool down here at the bottom bar. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right here next to the clipping mask and the new folder. Click that, and we're going to go to color lookup right under channel mixer. Then you're going to load a 3D loop file. And just go down until you find something nice. I usually use 3 of these. I usually use a foggy night. I lower the fill down to about 48%. And then I do another, oh no, that's a channel mixer. Don't do channel mixer. Do another color lookup. I usually, like I said, I usually do a foggy night, and I usually use edgy amber. Bring that down some, and then I usually use one more, and it's usually, let's see if I still have it, right here, and it's soft warming, and I usually leave that at 100% fill, 100% opacity. Excuse me, I've been sick, like I said, so, you know, that's your basic effects. If you want, you can go to levels and add one more, and I have a preset called adjustment 1. It's mainly everything I use on everything. It's an adjustment, you know, if you want to pause the video right here, you can. I'll leave my mouse here for a couple minutes or a couple seconds so you guys can see it. Okay, by now you guys should already have that. Alright, so what we're going to want to do next is you're going to want to, once again, you don't have to create a new layer to apply your images, but I do, just in case. You never know what can happen. So once again, I want to Control, Shift, Alt, all 3, hold them all 3, then press E. It will apply your image. Now we're going to want to take our marquee tool, our elliptical marquee tool. If you click on this tool right under the navigational arrow, right click it, elliptical marquee, click that, Then if you go up to maybe like right here and just pull slowly, you'll see where the elliptical is going to start coming onto the avatar. Create a new layer right above the applied image. Right click, go to fill, put on a white, then right click again and deselect. Then put on soft light, lower the fill or the opacity, all up to your choosing. I like to use fill. Opacity gives it a little crappier look. And then I don't know what we could do after that. Oh yes, I skipped a step. Sorry. Turn off that layer that you just created with the elliptical marquee tool, and then create another layer under it. Take your brush tool, and if you guys want, you can download like splatter brushes like these, and then resize them to give it like a splatter effect if you want to like have more effects onto your your avatar. Grab like a soft brush, about 80 pixels. Yeah, 80 pixels. Then pick a color out of your avatar. Make sure it's something from your avatar, not my avatar. We're gonna use like we'll use this color, and then you just want to like put it anywhere in the signature where you, or the avatar where you want it to brighten up, like that is where you can put it, like there, and there, and there. Okay, so that looks pretty demonish. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Okay, and you know, that's your basic avatar. Like, you can if you experiment with it, you can get all different types of outcomes. Like, you can have something like this, or I'll show you guys a couple. I got 4 minutes left. I think I can show you guys a few more. You got something like that, you know. You got stuff like, you know, this, this. You know, I'll just open a couple so you guys can see. It's all about, you know, you want to experiment with all your images, and you can have thousands of different outcomes. Like, this is the one I made for Ethernalfx, AJC. I made that one for him. Then my original one that I was experimenting with, as you can tell, the text didn't come out so well, so I scrapped it and threw it away. And then my original, very first one I made when I was a part of AC Web, that one, and that was a fairly decent one. But, you know, like I said, you guys just need to experiment with everything that you do. Don't be afraid to, you know, sit in the Photoshop for 20, 30 minutes, an hour, because it takes me at least 2-3 hours a signature if I really put my heart into it, and that's basically with every signature. So if you guys have any, you need any help or anything, or you're stuck on something, or you're just not understanding a tool in Photoshop, my Skype is in the description below. Do not be afraid to add my Skype. I will help you with the best of my knowledge. I have about 17 subscribers that can vouch for me on that. I do give out free resources if you need them, but I do not hand out free PSDs. With the latest thing that's happened, someone tried to rip my work. They kind of ruined it for everybody, and I apologize. I do release PSDs, but they're learning right onlys. So, like I said, if you guys need any help, just add my Skype. And I hope this video helps you guys get a little bit better in Photoshop. You guys have a great day. Abundant out.